Hi, my name is Dana Trainum, and I'm a senior staff attorney at the Disability Law Center of Virginia. I'd like to take a few minutes to talk to you about something that I think is important every day, but it's certainly more important now in times like these when we're dealing with a widespread health crisis. I know we'd all like to think that we can be as independent as possible, as independent as we are now, forever. We don't like to think of times when we may not be as independent and may need support. But I'd like to take just a few minutes to tackle a difficult conversation that I think we need to have, and I think this is the perfect time to have it. And that's what happens if this health crisis or any other health crisis hits us personally, or hits our family, or our loved ones. What if we're suddenly unable to make or communicate our decisions about our own health care or the health care of a loved one that we support? I think this is something that we all need to consider and plan for. And I think it's right now is an important time, if we haven't done it, to think about it and do it. And I think that even though it's important for all of us, it is even more important for people with disabilities. In addition to the fear that we may feel if we're faced with a medical emergency, we may have to be ready to face it without the close support of our loved ones. Most hospitals are not allowing any visitors, even for those individuals who normally receive support for their daily living or decision making. This makes it more difficult when someone has to make decisions for someone from afar rather than face to face. Medical professionals are left with having to figure out who's going to make decisions when their patient is not able to do so. Now, most of you probably know where I'm going with this conversation, so let's talk a little bit about advance directives. With a simple advance directive, you can be assured that you have a voice in the most intimate and personal decisions, and that is decisions about healthcare, even if you become unable to make or communicate those decisions because of illness or an injury. You can appoint someone to speak for you in a document called a power of attorney. You can also put in writing your wishes, your values around issues of healthcare in a document called a medical directive. If you have a disability that sometimes requires you to seek support in making decisions, especially medical decisions, an advance directive is a powerful tool. It allows you to plan for how you will receive that support when you need it, and you decide and define who will provide that support to you. For all of us, planning for medical emergencies is a small step we can take that may prevent us from receiving care that we don't want or not receiving care that we do want. Drafting an advance directive protects us, but it also protects our loved ones because it makes it clear what's important to us and who will be making important decisions when the time comes, thus avoiding tension that comes with uncertainty. I don't want to get too specific in this video and make it a long training video. Anybody that knows me knows that I can talk for a long time about advance directives because I'm passionate about the topic. But I want to keep this short. But I do want to bring up one thing that is specific to the time period that we're living in right now, and something to consider as you're drafting your advance directive. In our current health crisis, one thing that we're seeing is the spread of illness to many, or unfortunately in some cases, all family members within a household. So while I always recommend having alternate decision makers, in addition to the person you trust the most and want to be your number one decision maker, with the current health crisis, I take that one step further. I recommend that for at least one of those alternates, you choose someone who does not live with you or work with you, so that you can be better assured that there will be someone available to make decisions for you if you need that support. We have lots of information on our website about advance directives. You can find our website at www.dlcv.org/supported-decision-making. You can also find that on the bottom of our screen. You don't have to remember it. On this page, on the supported decision making page, we have do-it-yourself forms for advanced directives, including one that is specifically for power of attorney, and another that is all-inclusive, that includes not only the power of attorney, but a living will, a medical directive, a statement about organ donation, and other things. These documents have line-by-line instructions that will walk you through the process. If you do have questions that come up as you're looking at these documents and at this webpage, we're here to help. You can reach our intake specialist on Monday, Wednesday, or Friday with any questions you have, or you can also reach us through our Get Help option on our webpage, which you can find below. Thanks for listening, and stay safe out there, guys.